Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We're still pressing forward here with trying to get our economy expanded. German Empire won its war, it seems like, or at least it looks like they did. British Republic sides with Canada. Britain, what are you intervening in Canada for? You're in the middle of a civil war. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's right. There's a big communism happening over there. That's what's happening. And Spain wants to change the regime, and the British Republic is saying no. Well, you do you, Britain. You do you. I don't need to involve myself in that nonsense, that's for sure. I'm going to go ahead and increase the game speed here. This is going to take a long time. This oil expansion. I'm going to go ahead and pull some of the ports up in priority here. A landmark case. In a legal case that has grabbed the attention of the whole country, a judge has ruled that domestic violence is grounds for divorce. He struck her again and again, simply for dropping a plate. This is only the latest in a series of beatings, stretching from honeymoon to present day. How could we commit any woman to this endless punishment? Divorce for women in violent situations is not just fair, it is the very embodiment of justice. This supports our case immensely, makes the local governors mad. Well, let us not celebrate too loudly in case we upset the local governors. I'm actually going to do this second one here because I don't want them getting all revolutionary about this, and they are very unhappy at the moment. And they're currently trying to do a big technocracy here, but in any case, I will soon have the capacity to get one of these nerds out of here, but it's going to be a bit. We got an expiring obligation from Bhutan. I don't know how we have that. Protectorate? No. We'll absolve. I don't need anything from you, Bhutan. Let's continue to massage our market and see what we can sell abroad. We've got tons of sugar and tea and wine. Surely there are markets for these items. These big ticket items. So here's sugar, tea. Nope. Interesting. Wine. Only the Qing market. Neat. And then fabric. Yes, plenty of markets for fabric in the world. Cool. Alright, well that should help out our situation significantly. And we're still continuing to expand our port facilities. So hopefully those will continue to increase as we build up our logistics capabilities. I'm really running through, really significantly running through my ability to continue to sustain this growth here. So I may need to slow up that growth, but I think it will be fine. German Empire is going after the shogunate to open their market. Still in 1923, huh? Dang. Rough. Best of luck, Japan. Okay, here we go. So that's a world to win. With social ideas sweeping across the Ottoman Empire, the Osmanli government is determined that drastic concessions to arrest its progress must be considered. There is sufficient momentum for a rapid policy change. The proletariat is everywhere assuming a threatening attitude and is beginning to count the ranks of its enemy, far weaker in numbers than itself, to demand the actualization of its rights. All people are filled with a kind of premonition, and everyone whose vital organs are not paralyzed, faced with shuddering expectation the approaching future, which will utter the redeeming word, guarantee better conditions for workers, enables law regulatory bodies and labor rights. Ooh. The trade unions will always select a vanguardist communist or anarchist leaders. Other interest groups are more likely to select vanguardist communist or anarchist leaders. Or we will not capitulate, so that's the same things, but the upper strata gets more loyalist. What's our current labor laws? We're on wage subsidies right now. Oh no, this is welfare. Workers' rights, we're at none. Oh, you know, regulatory bodies is actually good. Yeah, we want that. Yeah, guarantee better conditions for workers. Oh, it goes right now. Oh, that's bananas, but I love it. Cool. All right, and we're going towards propertied women, which is also good. That's in voting. So that should be excellent soon. All right, Japanese shogunate has chosen to back down. Let's, I do have some states that are a little short on taxation capacity. I do have one state that's short on taxation capacity, so we'll build there. Huh. Got a lot of job seekers in various areas. I don't know if that means available labor or not, but let's build up some governing capacity here. And let's pull some of these up to the top. At least above. We'll cut half the ports in Arabistan and the rest of the oil rigs in Naid to focus on these. And then we'll grab the other half of the government admin and put them at the back. And that'll have that sort of spread out a little bit. And generally operating better, because that having workplace safety has caused a little bit of a halt in my capability for in my government situation. How is... I know the majority of the cash we're spending is for paper, basically. Goods for government buildings. Yeah, it's mostly paper. So how are paper prices doing? Are paper prices high? Paper prices are not high. The thing is, I'm a little short on cash, and I don't want to do a tax hike because we're right on the cusp of legitimate, and I am still getting ticking loyalists. Standard of living is continuing to go up. It's actually increasing significantly. We're doing overall really well politically in terms of our loyalists versus radicals percentages, and I don't want to knock on that too soon. We got an extremely infamous French Republic here, getting into a lot of situations. But this is just a French Republic, a universal suffrage presidential republic. I'm going to improve relations with them as well. And hopefully we'll be able to... hopefully everyone will be able to be friends with all these European powers. I don't know why they all got all angry at me. That doesn't seem fair or cool. Hey, Russia, still on... well, they're on professional army now. Okay, so Russia might very well become an actual threat militarily. Alright, and this should... So, if this passes, we'll also get a legitimacy buff, which is really good. Oh, interesting. If time runs out... Oh, interesting. So, here's something I didn't notice that I've seen now. If time runs out, the farther you are in the enactment process, I think, or the higher the percentage, the less mad they get if time runs out. So that's really interesting. I had no idea that was a mechanic. For the positive stage, they're at 5%. So I could still suppress. And here's Propertied Women. So that's excellent. And that's the completion of the government petition. And as you can see, our legitimacy is much higher. And this is giving us way more loyalists, which is rad. I just love having ticking loyalists. Everyone hates Kamaluddin Osmanoglu because of his mental illness, and he's a little bit of a grifter, and he's arrogant. It's going to be rough. On the other hand, his heir is a local governor's guy, so, you know, we'll see how things go with that. The end game might be a little rough for us. Part of this shortage is from unrealized taxes due to being low on bureaucracy. So we're going to, and also a shortage of bureaucracy is going to stop our trade routes from continuing to increase. So we're still working on stuff. Organized crime. Criminal organizations have begun operating in Konya. Doesn't matter if we arrest one person or solve one crime, it will keep going unless we go all the way to the top. Put some funds into stamping out organizations. Oh, can't really handle that right now. I'm sure the authorities can handle it. No, we cannot. Actually, the authority might be the right call at this point. Yeah, I think we're going with the authority. Because that actually doesn't meaningfully impact us. It's annoying, but we'll live with it. I am going to go into a shortage overall of funds. I'm going to acquire a funding shortage for sure, but you know, we're going to make it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We can tolerate our debt limit is very high, and we can always we are getting quite a bit from the investment pool right now. And I can always pause construction. We are also paying war reparations. How long does this go for? Well, it's going to go for as long as the truce, so that's for another 9 months. All right, and that's costing us about 100K. So as soon as that's done, we'll be doing a lot better financially. Alright, now we got some admin capacity back up now that we've built all those tasty government buildings. And now we're getting a little bit more from the investment pool. No, we're at... I've never had much of an investment pool in this whole run. Electrical capacitors unlocked. That's wonderful. Brine electrolysis for explosives factories. That's fun. And then automatic sewing machines and power looms. For that other stuff. Britain, are you in a war with yourself right now, or are you? They're both locked in. The British bourgeois revolt can't get a hold of the home counties, but also, well, no, they are losing war support, but Britain's losing the war. That's interesting. That's very interesting. We'll see how that goes. We've moved back up into the number 2 position right now. And we're actually not far from being at the top. Oh, this... We need a commander over here. Let's see. Convoy raider, tactful, pacifist. Yep. You're gonna be in the situation. Who else? You have expensive tastes. You're a former. That's a good setup. We'll bring you in for this fleet. And then for the secondary fleet, they're both an identical Sunyulema guy, but this one's a jingoist, so he's a little better. We'll take you, we'll give you a promotion, and that gives us enough capacity to do everything we need to do. Perfect. We're still selling oodles of oil on the world market, and I'm hoping we'll continue to be able to do that. Anyone else want oil? Oh, they do. They want all of our oil. Buy my oil. I'm the Ottoman Empire. We unlocked Anarchism. Interesting. I'm not going to go for this run. But, you know, I've thought about doing an anarchist run in Vicky 3. It sure would provide some interesting... it would be an interesting situation for sure. Civilizing mission is spreading very well. Still getting a bunch more. Ooh. Scotland wishes for an alliance. No, thank you. The utility is simply not there. And so it would potentially do a trade agreement. I don't know how Occitania got split off, but you know, I'm here for it. The last thing that they need to do is leave Brittany alone. Okay, so Britain is now properly losing, and that means that Britain is going to go back to census suffrage presidential republic. So that's interesting. They keep having those civil wars over there. Exile from Paraguay. Oh, interesting. The industrialists have joined the technocratic movement. Don't love all this. I'll tell you what. Can I get rid of one of y'all yet? No? Sure do not love that the industrialists are unhappy enough to be joining the movement right now. They're probably mad about the, yeah, they're mad about the change to regulatory bodies. But they'll get over it. I hope. I hope they'll get over it. But meanwhile, I'm getting boatloads of loyalists, so... Damn, German Empire stole a chunk of Burma. I know I said I was going to annex Tripolitania and Tunisia, but I'm not really working on it. They're still at 5% at the positivist stage, and they're not increasing, so this is interesting. I guess I don't need to worry about that for now. So... we do have some more capacity now. So let's go ahead and increase law enforcement, and we'll increase workplace safety. I think we can do both. We've got 642, and we've got a little bit extra. Let's go ahead and throw down a few more government buildings just to round us out. That's going to cost a bunch, of course, but that'll give us a little bit of extra capacity, and then we'll be able to... Well, why did our relations with German Empire get worse? German Empire, what happened? Weird. Russia, are we still rivals? Yes, we are. Alright, so it is what it is. But things are going well with Italy. We're cordial with Italy. Everything's relaxed. Oh, probably because they stole this chunk of Burma for themselves. That's probably what happened. Oh man, Italy took the center of Siam here. Wild. Thailand. Thailand is the word I'm looking for. Oh man, that was dumb. It is what it is, what it is. The folks would like a presidential republic. It would make the Sunni ulema very mad. If I could get... I do have a reformer in here. If I could get if I can get someone who is a little bit more chill heading up the Sunni ulema, that would be nice. Votes for clear skies. Following a recent expansion of industry into rural communities in Adana, Shukru Sabanshi has begun a local campaign for the Agrarian Party, stressing desired solutions to the unpleasant smog now common around the region's factories. The pall of smoke that obscured the sky seemed to be reflected in the eyes of the villagers as he rode by. Rather than the bright sunny day that he had anticipated, the speech would be accompanied by the ever-present gloom. It was no matter. As Shukri Sabanshi looked up at the sky and envisioned the cloud obscuring the hearts of men, a vision for a new sort of rhetoric crossed his mind. Whilst the workmen began to raise the stage, he picked up a pen and started to write. The Agrarian Party will bring back the sun. Interesting, this radicalizes some industrialist pops. I don't love it. They stand for nothing but opposition to progress. This reduces their momentum. The rural folk and the Freedom and Accord Party so far have been really useful together, so I'm going to give them some momentum, and if that makes the industrialists mad, then so be it. It's a very large movement, but especially with the industrialists in it. So what do we... They're still the Free Trade Party, even though they've got an ethno-nationalist in charge. Local governors and the armed forces are both together. If I had the authority, I would suppress the local governors, because they're at the point where I could get them down to insignificant, and they would probably stay that way. But it is what it is. And I'm just holding off on building more stuff. Hey, we finally made it into the #1 position. Excellent. It's probably as a result of our changes in of our military expansion. We're also the #2 economy worldwide, right behind Great Qing. Although we're a lot closer than I usually am at this point in history, particularly with Bengal and the German Empire coming up behind us. I'm just trying to run through my my credit here. This number is not as good as I would like it to be. And we're going to rely on the investment pool to continue having the economy grow for now. Standard of living is not great, but it could be better. We've fallen back to the #2 position. Freaking Italy. Alright, so let's go ahead and... You're not an ideal guy to promote here. Hey... Yeah. This guy. Bring this guy in. We'll give him a little promotion. And we're going to slate the 2nd Fleet for an increase. We're going to want more ironclads, because they're capital ships. We got an even mix of destroyers and monitors. So yeah, let's go ahead and build up... We got plenty of job seekers in Hudavendagar still. I've actually genuinely got labor there, so wonderful. Just going to build 20 additional naval bases there. Oil and Mazandara, great. And these should finish pretty quickly, within just a few weeks here. And I'm hoping it won't cost the government too much, because of course... Got plenty of ironclads in the customs union, so I'm not too worried about that. Perfect. And we're nearly got those built up, and hopefully that will allow us to move back into position #1 from a prestige rank perspective. That said, though, that's been about 2 years. It's almost the election. We'll drop the election at the beginning of the next episode and see what the results are. But for now, I've had a good time. I hope you all have had a good time, and I will see you all on the other side.